Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi and hello to my beauties, my wonderful royalty. Oh, okay. Make sure you're seated down comfortable, or if you're working, I understand. If you're listening to my voice to, help you get the day, going, or if you just need someone to talk to you while you're laying down, I'll just say keep your chin up. And sometimes I used to say just stay strong because that's about the only thing that got me through this far. But at the same time, sometimes you get tired of being strong. So if you need someone to talk to, it's like I, I would just like make sure find someone when you're in a dark corner that when you call them, they pick up. They email or text if they're at work and they can't have their phone on. Like someone who will at least be there as much as they possibly can. Someone who will come over with those good snacks. Oh, it's like the kind of snacks where you're just kind of like, I don't care if a little bit more packs onto these thighs, you know, but yeah, if you're having a rough day, watch. I love looking at some of the comedy specials. There's like some of them are on Disney or Hulu Plus and stuff. Some are on Netflix. I find some of the free ones on YouTube, which I should, maybe that's what I should do for an episode. Some of my favorite comedy channels so that if you need a laugh, if you need to be brought up, like if you need to see a little bit of the light in a dark hour or dark day or time in your life, laughter is the best medicine. Even when you're going through it, trust me, when I was going through, and this isn't even what the episode's about, but something's just telling me to say this because, like, when my condition was getting worse and I was undiagnosed, so I was so confused, and doctors kept telling me it was your fault, just walk right, just do this, just do that, and everything like that. When next thing you know, I had to have surgery, and doctors are still trying to blame me. And then after the surgery, doctors are just like, oh, yeah, that was supposed to fix you. Our bad. Like, oops, we can't say that because we don't want to get sued. Um, uh, uh, yeah. Listen, and all the tests that I had to take, and then the tests I had to take, and then the test, and then the test, and then the test I had to take. You have no idea how many tests I had to go through, and how many kept coming back normal. And then one day I get that awful, like one day I'm going to do a whole episode about the call because I got the call during COVID, and so I couldn't get called into the office. It was literally a phone call, and the tone in his voice. But I'm saying all of that to say that when I say I know how laughter helps and heals, I know. And it's like, and that's one reason why I'm kind of brokenhearted about Stephen Colbert. He got me through some of the darkest days. And so even if you can find, like, he with his YouTube channel, and also, politically, yeah, because our cartoon president, look up the clips online. Yeah, it's like, it's amazing. That got me through the first presidency. I've mentioned that in a couple other episodes, but like, if anything, yeah, look up some of the Stephen Colbert material, and like the Daily Show, and Lisa, not like the Leslie, dang it, I can't remember. I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, who, I'm gonna lose my black card because I can't. Like she helped out with the Olympics, and she's such an amazing, wonderful person. And even when she was on the one American Idol girls like talk show, or the original American Idol girl, It's like when they were talking about dating and dating apps and everything like that. And she was just like, yeah, when men ask, what do you have to bring to the table? She was like, I am the table. She does not know how much I needed that. She has no idea how much I needed that. And like once I get my businesses together, I want to give her a copy of my book and a candle and one of my thank you cards from my company, of course, because she does not know and realize how much I needed her laughs, how much I needed her truth hidden in the laughs. And so, yeah, I guess I'm going to do a couple up, like, because I still need to post the episode about the music, because music helps too. So I would say comedy and music, because I have one so far that's well, again, political. It's something that kind of resonates with what we're going through right now, and I'm gonna make a lot more like music mixes and things like that. But yeah, I'm not a DJ, but it's like sometimes to encourage me to keep going with my businesses, with my novel writing, with my physical therapy, because yeah, that I'm gonna have to go through that for the rest of my life. So, and yes, this is a political episode, but something's telling me that I kind of need to say that for some people right now, and especially with my life, which is one reason I started this channel. I've been through some of the darkest times. I've been through it where everybody's pointing the finger at me to the point where I'm in the darkness because I put myself in the darkness to hide. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. And I was insulted with me being me. And so, yeah. And so I'm gonna share music and comedy and things like that, because especially having a disability, I know some more of us with disabilities where sometimes, especially on the pain days, especially when just some of the symptoms, they don't care if you just wanted to live a normal day or as normal of a day as you can possibly get. They didn't, yeah. And the medication sometimes they're just like, I might work, I might not. So, but okay. Let's sit. Okay, either sit, work, or do what you need to do, babies, and pick up that patty, that boiling, scorching hot patty tea. Take a little sip. If you like it cold, we're just gonna hold the ice. Hold the ICE if you need to put it in the freezer ahead of time before, if you like it cold like that, maybe do that. But politically, again, for right now, we hold the ice. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Wow. All I gotta say, yeah, this is one of those episodes where the 92% told you so. We told you so. We told you so. Yeah, it's exhausting. Trust me. Like, some of you guys are going to get tired of me saying it, but I don't really care, because we told you so. Because even right now, do you know they have a Project 2026? Do you know that I think they covered at least 80% of Project 2025? Like, we told, like, but then so many of these Republican mega, like, just like people who do not pay attention. Oh, his name is in it, but he's sad. He has nothing to do with, like, how many times has he lied? How many times has he, like, in his speeches, has just blatantly lied? But then so many people say, oh, he lies because he's playing 3D chess. Like, are you, how little did you pay attention in school? Are you one of those students where your teachers are just like, I can't even stand them, just get them through because I don't want to see their face anymore? Yeah, I had a bully like that. Like, well, no, actually, no. I had a bully for some, like, he wasn't even cute. For some reason, they kept leaving him behind because he was supposed to graduate before me. But then he ended up in my year. And I'm like, hold up, I was celebrating that I was never going to have to see you again. But then they kept him another year. They're acting like he was a playboy. No, he wasn't even killed. But anyway. Like, okay, are you guys like him? Like, for some reason, you just want to have to stay behind because we told you so. How did you guys get us in this situation? See, it's like all the black women, we're sitting here, we're like, did you pay attention in history class? 90 like 95 to 98% of the time they taught about you, but you didn't pay attention to your own history. Like, they only mentioned us with slavery and Jim Crow a little bit here and there. And we might have, like, well, my ex never studied African American history in school, and he sure enough bragged about it. So, yeah, I already know how I know how a certain percentage got us here. But, and those of you who even had and celebrated African American Month, you should be ashamed, because that means you really didn't pay attention to our history, or you didn't care, or you enjoyed it, or you want to go back to those times so that you can force us to go through that hardship again. And that includes some of the people of color, because some of you people of color, yeah, you voted it the way that you did because you just thought we were going to get punished, because some of you guys heard that black jobs, because you think that only we should be like downgraded and put to a point where, and you think that we're not smart enough because, well, the president keeps saying that Somali people and like people like, and he said that Jasmine Crockett's low IQ, and so many people that look like me are low IQ, yeah, low IQ, as long as we don't agree with him, unless you're Candace Owens, which is part of yeah, that she's part of the other, which I'm going to be talking about her like again. Yeah, I've talked about her several times because my ex's mother loved and adored her to the point where I wish my ex would have just dated and married her, and just, yeah, just, he should have never dated me. But anyway, we told you so. And when it comes to the army people, because okay, how much racism does he have to do for until you believe us? Okay, you didn't believe us like we now don't believe Chili from TLC. But the difference is we have the receipts. Yeah, we have the receipts on you, Chili, too. So yeah, but yeah, we have the receipts to back it up. And within the last almost year and a half, all he's done is prove that we were right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Target's still trying to get us back. Yeah. Yeah, they I think they're finding out. Yeah, they were right and we ditched them. Yeah, we didn't think their dollars, or we didn't think they were gonna be smart enough and to plan all this, to think this through, to not, we thought they were gonna have to shop with us. And yeah, we forgot, oh, yeah, you're bad. Because now the orange man is bluntly saying how he doesn't want to stand next to a black person or a woman. And so they're not getting promoted. How fair is that? Yeah, it's like, do you see why diversity, equity, and inclusion was part of the deal? It's like people keep saying there's no more racism when the president himself is being racist. And he's saying that he doesn't want to promote, he doesn't want to hire people like because of how they look. Yeah, you got Fox News wants to, quote Martin Luther King Jr. when it benefits them, until the racism was right into their faces. Yeah. Yeah, they want to say that the orange man isn't racist until, yeah. What are they going to say about this? What are they going to say about this? And all the black women that, got laid off and everything like that. Oh, like they keep saying, oh, no, it's not because of their race. It's not because of their gender. Okay. And I've already said so many stories about my employment history, because being a woman, being black, and with a disability, I've been through all three. I know how all of the isms are within that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what happened with the farmers meeting? I've talked about that so much, I'll just say catch up. Catch up. Yeah, what happened to the farmers meetings? What happened with the senators and the governors meeting and the breakfast? Yeah. How many times has the orange man said that black people have low IQs or eat cats and dogs and or even just so many ridiculous, awful, terrible things? It's like, what is gonna get through some of your head? Because some of you guys hate to admit that there are a lot of racists out there. Some of you guys keep saying that Kamala Harris did not lose because of her race or gender. Because some of you guys don't want to look in the mirror and face it. I'm not saying you're racist when I say look in the mirror, but I'm saying this country needs to look in the mirror. This country needs to see who they are. This country needs to know the bloodlines through the veins and of the oceans and the rivers of this country. Because there's a lot of racism all along this country. From north, west, east, south, all of them, everywhere. And black women, we voted because we know this. I mean, 85% of the black men too. So they get it. They still get, right at a B plus or right okay, well, B plus, whatever. Cause yeah, we face this stuff every day. We know how it feels to not get employment, why we don't get jobs because of the color of our skin. We are black women are the most educated demographic in this country. We work our tails off because we have to. We have no other choice because people don't take us seriously because they don't want to hire us. So we have to be 10 times, 20 times, 50 times as good just to be looked at. And I've told the stories about the job interviews where when I go to the job interview, they're just like, oh, no, you're not the person that we called to no. And I'm just like, yeah, and I tell them my name and I tell them for the position. And yeah, the one, I think it was one of them was a dentist office. Yeah. It's like she just looked like a deer in headlights. And then there was the other job interview where, again, the receptionist was just like, "Oh, oops," and she was trying to get the owner's attention or go to his office to let him know, but he was in a meeting or phone meeting or whatever. He walks out without her having the chance to tell him or give him the news, and he walked up to a white lady and shook her hand and said, "Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you," and said my name and said, "Yeah, let's go back and have the interview now." But you guys don't think this country's racist. You guys can't even handle a black mermaid. You guys are like, "Oh no, that's not like the original. That's like the original book." She's blonde. She wasn't even supposed to be a redhead. She wasn't even supposed to be a redhead. And do you know the original version of The Little Mermaid? The original? You would have been scared of The Little Mermaid too. But so many people want to think whenever the character isn't white, it must be DEI. They don't think that, and that's the sad part. With African Americans, whenever we see the character is not white but a person of color, we celebrate and applaud because we know how it feels. But then when it's us, a lot of people of color, they shame too. They don't want to see that. And they downplay us and they call us look at, oh yeah, babies, look at my Patreon. Oh my gosh, I have so much more proof. And throughout my time on this channel, I've shown so many different River of Racism episodes. I've shown so many screenshots of either The Little Mermaid or Snow White Even when like dating nightmares slash river of racism, or of when men are calling me a slave and an N-word, and that I am of no use, and like why would a black woman go and get a college degree when I should just be cleaning his floors? Or from the black men, why am I investing money? Why do I have an education when that's what white men do? So why am I trying to be a white man? You don't understand this country. Black women understand this country because every day we have to fight. It's like we fought, like a lot of us fought by studying and getting into those books and learning and trying to be the best that we can. But then look at the beauty standards. I just posted one today. Like a lot of men, they want to put down my hair. It's like if when I go natural, they laugh, especially you black men. Especially you black men. Because I have a certain skin complexion that back during the slavery days I might have worked in the house. But my hair, I have little ringlets and I love them. But society and the world doesn't love them. When I did promotional modeling for years, in contracts, it said no braids, no dreadlocks, no blah, 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 only European hair, only European styled hairdos. That's it. And then going to job interviews, especially as like someone going into marketing and business and stuff, a lot of those companies, some of them are more, liberal with it, but no, I was like, some of them, no. They want European type of beauty up in their offices. Some of them can't even handle a disability. So it's like, you think my disability, what about if I walked in there with an afro? Mm, mm. I remember when I did a couple times, and yeah, they were too distracted. One lady kept wanting to put her hand in my hair. Hmm. Just washed it too. She didn't wash her hands. She just put her hand in there. Hmm. Hmm. And even on back to the dating apps too. Men telling me, "Oh, you should be dating only Republican men. Look at your wigs. Look at your weaves. That's what. Yeah, if you want to have hair like that." But then when I have my afro, the same black. Yeah, these are black men. Oh, so you have picking cotton hair, and you have cooking in the house skin. The white men take it a step further, a step more race, like, because yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm just like, is this self-hate from the black men? It's like, have they been, just suffocating within the European beauty standard so much that it's like they tell me that I have to date and marry a black man while they are chasing the beauty standards of a white woman. But if I step into the beauty realm of a white woman, oh, something's wrong with me. Oh, they're gonna put me down. And oh, if I invest money, how dare you? Why are you trying to do something only white men do? You should be putting all of your money. Oh, I've actually had men tell me I should be putting all my money into an expensive car. But cars depreciate. I've already talked about this in another episode about investing and watching your money, and allowing your money to grow so that when you like are ready for retirement, you have enough to live on, because with the society, they don't want health insurance for all. Do you know the history of why we don't have Medicare for all, Medicaid for all? Yeah. Do you know why we don't? Yeah, that's when you're going to slip back into the river of racism. Because they were debating this decades ago, but they didn't want the black people to get it. Yeah, catch up. Do you know the history of waitresses? I already talked about. Yeah, there's so many episodes you need to listen to. because so many ways in this country, and it's really funny because politically they want to bring back some things that's from slavery, that's from right after slavery was done, because the whole waitress and waiter, yeah, like the tipping system, yeah, America used to not do that. They thought they were too good for that until the slaves got freed. Then they didn't want to pay the black people what they were owed. So then they did the tipping system so that when a white person had a black person as a waitress, they didn't have to pay them. Or they can just give them a lot less than if they were white. Yes. So it's because they want to keep the black person struggling. Yeah, if you don't know that part of your history. See, a lot of people say they know their history, but I don't think you know, because I'm still learning too. I'm still learning every day. But if you think the orange man is not racist, after all of the things, because remember, don't forget Kung Flu. Yeah, people of color, like, don't, and then the Hispanic community, I think you're just now waking up to the reality of what black people have gone through. Yeah, especially with the stop and frisk. Yeah, now it's, ICE is, yeah. Now, a lot of you guys are having to study your rights now so that if you do get pulled over, you'll know exactly what to do because of what's happening. And now a lot of you guys are even trying to call the orange man and saying, "Oh, I voted for you. So, yeah, just don't do my family or bring back my wife or bring back my family because I voted for." Yeah, it's like a lot of you guys were so selfish that you only voted for you. You did not vote for the rest of the country. Black women, we vote for the country. And so then another thing that, kind of like a lot of you guys keep telling black women that we need to go to the protests with you. We did the work at the voting polls. We told you guys, but you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to listen. You thought we were just whining and making stuff up and just overreacting. How does it feel now? How does it feel now? When America walks up to the mirror, when it looks at its reflection in the ocean, what do you think it sees? How do you think the other countries are looking at us right now? Yeah, we all know Canada's not playing. They're just like, yeah. It's like we share some of the history, especially with the Native Americans and stuff like that, but we ain't no, 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 no. Ah, but at the same time, some other countries are learning from America, just like with slavery. The Holocaust, like, yeah, he learned some of it from slavery. And then with the apartheid, like, I've mentioned this in an episode before, different countries are learning different things from other countries of how to treat their citizens or how to not treat their citizens. And sadly, with our country, we like there's patterns that they've learned from other countries, and that's one reason why even the orange man, when it comes to like some of the things that happen in Africa, some of those things are now happening in America because he paid attention, or at least Stephen got that. Yeah, the people that surround him. But now, do you see that it's a revolving door? Oh, I'm gonna have to do a part two, but I told you over a year ago, get ready, because right when he got into office again, I was like, just wait, it's gonna be a revolving door. Look what's happening now. We went through this before. I told you. I told you this. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman. I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too.